What is going on, guys? Welcome to Hinamatsuri, episode 5. Last time we had Hina with her stint of homelessness before being brought back in by Nita when he forgave her. We had Anzu and Hitomi meeting, and Hitomi is going through a lot of stress, not getting a lot of sleep, doing a lot of her job, and now she's wrapped into Anzu's stuff, and we'll see how that relationship plays out. Don't know what we'll focus on this time. I think at some point Hitomi will try to help Anzu get a job or something like that. Hina is the one that I have the least idea about. She can just we can just have any kind of thing happen with her. You know? Whatever the hell. Anzu has her homeless situation, Hitomi has her job, whereas Hina just gets to live with Nita and do whatever now that he's brought her back in. I don't know. I don't know if she'll ever have to pay attention in school or get a job herself. I don't know what we're going to get this time, so it's called Three Heads Are Better Than One. I don't know. So, if you want to see the discussion, time code is in the description to skip to that, but for now we're going to watch the episode. Also in the description is a link to the Patreon if you want to get these videos a week early and see the next episode right now. So, yeah, let's go ahead and watch episode 5. 3, 2, 1, play. Still learning from her homeless friends. Something that simple she was pretty excited about. And they like having her around now. Hey, you did it! Okay, we just have her learning her little homeless tricks. Showing Hina. Yeah. She got let back into the place. She can charge her DS. She doesn't need that stuff anymore. And she's just offended. Like, that's something, even though it's so simple, it's something that she was genuinely invested in. Like, hey, he taught it to her, thought it was cool. She learned it and she did it. But yeah, that's the extent of what she can do. She can't play video games. You could. You gotta learn about this job thing. Poop. You can get a lot more than that. Yeah, when you've got free time, have nothing to do, it's a poop man. You wanna do something. You gotta fill it with working or having fun or something. So he is noticing this, and they like having her around, but he's probably going to try to help her get out of this situation. Which, I would say she's too young for a job, but Hitomi exists, so, you know. He'll point her in some direction to go give her a better life. And this girl, whoever that is, don't know. And like I said in the last video, the fact that we focus so much on the homelessness, not what I thought this show would be about. But hey, Hina is practically a side character. Like, Anzu and Hitomi are the ones with the actual plots happening. Like, with way more going on. And Hina is just kind of there. Okay. I like the outfit. The suspenders and the shirt and everything with the shorts. Whoa, okay. Yeah, why? You just... Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. I think it's fine. Oh my god. The hell, man? Okay, well then, that's a little bit. They're worth something. Oh. They're really not. Where's she supposed to get that? You picking a fight with me? You know, now that I think about it, like, there haven't even been, like, any psychic powers. I'm thinking about how much it focuses on homelessness. It's practically, and, like, how Hina is, like, a side character, it's practically disregarded the psychic part. I was just thinking about that. Like, when was the last... We had her with the rock and roll display, and that's, like, it. You don't get it that much anymore. It's not about that at all. Totally different than what I thought it would be. Uh-huh. They go to school together. My friend, she was already Hina's friend. Lessens it. I mean... yeah. Can't say that's unexpected. I mean, I don't know what she's... Oh, God. An ant mustache. I don't know what you think you're going to find. Are you really going to do this? You're going to find a TV in the grass. Well, that's lucky. Lucky timing. What a good girl. How helpful. Did that guy, like, recognize her as the bartender or something? Wow, Anzu, look! I just happened to stumble across this. Let's hope nobody else finds it first. What are you... You're looking around in the grass for... What do you think is going to be there? You brought her into the... You brought a 12-year-old girl in for that? You didn't just tell her, hey, don't do that? Like, you bring her into the fucking station or whatever? What an ass. She just sat a TV down. You're the bartender. No? Like, why didn't you just say, hey, pick that back up, don't leave that there, and then move on with your life? Now our parents are going to get into some shit. Don't do it. Okay. Didn't, like, steal them or anything. Why? Yeah, I was just going to say, is he like a member there? Well, there you go. You've got a couple people helping her out, getting her TVs. But don't question it. Just fucking take it. What, do you think she's a cop? you like, just I don't know. It's a pretty small TV. I don't know how much it would be. But he just gets to pay her cab fare. Does Satomi... Okay, she got it. Released from police custody. Poor girl. But this one isn't brand new, though. It was being thrown out. Don't question it, dude. Just fucking take it. The hell kind of businessman are you? Three heads are better than one. I was wondering if that would be the three girls, and yeah, they're hanging out here. Getting her TVs. Yeah, you can't say nothing after saying everything. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, that makes no sense. So he would just be like, what? Oh, some of the kids are gonna see, they're gonna be like, what? They'll probably be more observant than the teacher. Mm-hmm. Adult toys, it's all yours. Oh god, what are these kids gonna think? So what is the resolution to the police thing? He was just like, your parents told you to throw it out, right? Yikes, 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 yikes. Major yikes. Like, he just said that, and then we just cut to her being let go. Like, I don't know, it's weird. What a weird little subplot. And you guys are talking about him grabbing her boobs. Number one, she doesn't have any boobs. Number two, stop. Jesus Christ. Stop! No! No! This went in a totally different direction than I ever thought it would. Oh my god. Throw her parents under the bus to the cops? Now they're gonna think her teacher's a fucking pedophile? Then they're trying to stop him? Stop it, no! But again, Hitomi is the best. Her story is the best one, is my favorite. And now it's gone in this direction, which I couldn't have expected. How did she become an officer? At least we get a little bit more of the students. Some of the other kids in her school. This is fucking creepy. Now there's gonna be all kinds of misunderstandings. That look is not buying it. She's gonna fucking test her. Mm-hmm. She's onto her. She's like, I know something is up. Chinese? I don't get it. I don't follow. That's all that was? Okay. That was a joke that was lost on me as someone who doesn't know Japanese or Chinese. So she knows something is up. Boy. But her overreaction is just going to make them keep thinking what they're already thinking. Oh, or that. This girl's just got... I don't know what the fuck's going on in this girl's mind. She's not focusing on the mission at all. Just thinking about her sounding Chinese and looking cute and shit. Focus. We're on the hunt for a pedophile. What is Hina doing? Why is she in the group? What is she... What's her job? She's just there. She doesn't... I don't think you even told her what's happening. Yeah. Trying to split up, but then you all have to go the same way. She doesn't even know why she's here. You're cutting into her valuable school sleeping time. Oh no. Is this going to be a running thing, or is this going to be resolved right here? Because this is just going to get these people into so much more trouble. Oh god, no. What are they going to hear? What are they going to think that they hear? This is a total departure from the first half of the episode. This still... Oh god, no, stop! Stop it! Stop it! This is still taking a while to sink in that this is happening. Huh? Okay, everything's innocent. We're fine. Are you just going to ask straight up? But of course she thinks they're talking about the job. And she's acting suspicious. She doesn't know how to hide it, and they're thinking something so much worse. Some people appreciate it. No! Some people appreciate it. Oh my god. The flames of hell. Now this poor man. This show may as well not have psychic powers in it. There's nothing to do with it anymore. That's not what it's about. And in fact, it may as well not have Hina. Look at her. Look at her. She's just there. She doesn't know what's happening. I find it interesting. I don't know where we're going to go in the grand scheme of things here. This show's rather unpredictable. She still doesn't know why. Why did you bring her? You didn't tell her anything. Oh my god. And Hina knows. I'm pretty sure she just knows that she's got a job there. She could tell you. I don't think she would even have the initiative to tell you. Oh god. Hitomi is prostituting herself to your father, Hina. Damn it. Yes, that is what's happening. She's still trying to defend her. Okay, are we going to settle this? She's going to see the truth. Okay. There we go. They see... We can... I didn't know if this was going to be a running thing throughout the whole show. Them thinking that she's whoring herself out. But no, we've got it settled, and they know the truth. Hey, Hina's here. But they don't really know what to make of this. They're like, oh my... That is fucking Junji Ito shit. What the hell is that? And that sound, oh my god. Stop making that sound, it's creepy. You gonna pretend it's not you? You fooled the teacher. Yeah, they're not gonna fall for this. You just responded to your name. Well, looks like it's going to turn out okay. She was just worried. And I think overall, I guess she's fine. Can you really trust that, though? Yeah, I mean, you had already given yourself away. I mean, come on. What a trick. What a dastardly trick. It's true. I guess she thought that was cute too. Is she getting off on this? And she's dead inside. Fucking slow clap. Beautiful. It's just beautiful. Oh god. Don't blow her cover. He's too stupid to figure it out himself. Well... How bizarre. I think I have quite a bit to say about that episode. There's nothing after the ED, right? Okay, well then, on to the discussion. Alright, Hinamatsuri, episode 5. This episode brought out the realization for me that I think Hina is a side character. I think I was tricked into thinking that she was the main character. Like I talked about in episode 3, how you had the kind of plot stuff happening with Anzu and Hitomi. Hitomi having her job and Anzu being homeless and dealing with that. And then at the end, you just kind of get like a little bit of comedy with Hina, which then does lead into a plot line with her in episode 4 of her being kicked out for what she did. But thinking about it, like, yeah, Anzu and Hitomi are the ones that have the most going on. At the beginning, I was discussing Hina just because I was thinking about her past, where she's from, anything that might happen with her. But as we've gone on and more characters have been introduced, they've really taken the spotlight, and they're the ones that have like the emotional arcs or just the plot lines going on in general more than Hina, or are just around more, even in the case of this episode, or are even funnier. Hitomi's plot line is my favorite, and Anzu has a lot more going on than Hina does. So I've been thinking about that in previous episodes, and now in this episode it really just cemented it. We're like, wow, Hina's just like a side character. And I'm sure in other episodes she'll have more focus, But, in this particular one, especially in the second half, she was literally delegated to the background. Like, they're even kind of poking fun at that in the second half, I think. And as for the psychic powers, not even here. In the last episode, it was basically just for the rock concert thing a little bit. And in this episode, none, I don't think. Like, this show has gone in such a different direction than I thought. Like, before I started watching it, I thought it was going to be ridiculous, goofy, over-the-top comedy all the time, all these psychic powers used for crazy shit. Then after I saw episode 1, I was like, okay, it takes itself more seriously than I thought it would, and it's more of a blend between serious and comedic. But I still thought there would be psychic powers used often, and that Hina would be the big focus, and no, they really just use that as a setup to explore, again, like, oftentimes homelessness and working and value of money and stuff like that I've talked about in my other videos, which is so unique and different than what I thought it would be. And that's another reason why I'd be interested to read the manga, just to see more of what it explores, because they've just used it as the starting point to just cover all this other kind of stuff. And I'd like to see the variation that we get as the manga goes on for a pretty long time, from what I've heard. I don't know, like, maybe at some point, maybe even in this season, we will get more focus on Hina again. We'll get that girl who's at the beginning of episode 1 who we still don't know, and, like, backstory for her and psychic powers and stuff. I don't know, but for now I just think it's really interesting how they've used that as a jumping point to just focus on other characters and other topics. And part of me wishes that it wasn't like that, but also I appreciate that it is. I'd like to see both sides, and I'm sure maybe throughout the rest of the season or throughout the manga, you get a mix of both. You get, like, crazy, weird psychic power stuff and also this stuff. But, I definitely like to see a mix, just to see both directions that the story could go in, to see some ridiculous, crazy psychic power stuff, but also to see the other things that you can do with these characters. Part of me thinks, like, I wish it was just an uproarious, goofy, ridiculous psychic power comedy all the time, but then part of me is like, yeah, but I've seen that, and I also like the fact that it has surprised me and gone in directions that I didn't expect, and that I actually take this show way more seriously than I thought I would. So, yeah, I'm enjoying it. I don't know what we'll get in future episodes, but at least in this one, I was like, Hina may as well not be here. And in the second half, she really isn't, and Nita is barely in it too, and the psychic powers aren't in it at all. So I'm like, wow. Yeah, you could have just done this story, like, with another series that doesn't have this premise, and I think that's kind of interesting. But we'll see what we get in future episodes. This one is split into 2 stories, with Anzu hunting for electronics to make some extra money. This was the least interesting of the 2 to me, and the least funny. She wants to play video games, she wants to be able to have fun with her friends, and just fill time, because, when you're not working and then she's got nothing to do, you're gonna get bored, you're gonna get restless, and she wants to be able to have fun with her friends. And I did like the part where she's like, oh, my friend Hitomi, and then she finds out that her and Hina were already friends, and it's like, oh, my friend is already somebody else's friend. Hina's no less. God damn it. And then they're, like, searching for TVs in the grass. I'm like, what are you doing? I guess I don't know, they think they're tiny. A lot of technology does get smaller as we've advanced. Not so much with TVs. That would defeat the purpose a bit. Generally, we're going bigger with those. But yeah, also, you can kind of see it developing in the background a little bit, because I'm sure Anzu eventually will lead to getting a job. It's in the OP, and it just seems like the natural course. But you can see with the way some of the homeless people are acting, especially Yasan, how they're getting really close to her. But Yasan seems to be starting to think, like, yeah, but she should probably not be homeless and should probably have a better life than this. So probably her relationship with people like Hitomi and Yasan and the homeless community will hopefully eventually help her not be homeless. I've been expecting it to start happening for a while now, and it's really just kind of been building in the background, seemingly. But yeah, like, they're getting close to her, but, like, clearly they're like, we want a better life for this child. But yeah, they're looking for electronics to sell and everything, and Hitomi and Hina both go get one for her. Hitomi, who just got lucky and her parents were throwing out their old TV, and that was weird. Like I said, this half of the episode was less interesting to me, and I didn't think was funny, and I thought was kind of awkward in some ways. It wasn't one of my favorite skits that the show has done. Like, Hitomi is going to drop off the TV in this alleyway for Anzu to find, and a cop comes and, like, brings her into the fucking station and is like, you can't leave stuff there. I guess that's just a Japan thing. I'm pretty sure in America, if a cop witnessed that, at the most, they would just say, hey, you can't leave that there, and then they'd leave and go have literally anything better to do with their time. But he brings her in. I guess that's just a Japan thing, sure. But, so that was weird. Just because of a cultural difference, I suppose. But then not only that, it doesn't go anywhere. He's like, I'm going to call your parents, and she freaks out a little bit, and he's like, you can tell me the truth. Your parents made you throw it out, didn't they? And then we cut away, and it never goes back. Hitomi is just free. And it's like, oh, I don't know what the point of that was. It was odd and not funny. So that was weird. Hina's was better because she buys one and just gets paid in cab fare. And the guy buying them, the fact that he was complaining, he's like, what are you guys bringing these to me for? They're new. And he's like, honestly, you should just go sell them elsewhere. I get his confusion, but it's like, dude, just fucking take the money. The funniest part was honestly Hina's explanation to Nita, because he's asking these questions, like, you got the TV? Yeah, I bought it. So it's going to arrive in like a couple days? No, I sold it. It's like, what the hell are you talking about? Well, then at the very least, where's the money? It went to the taxi fare, and he's just like, because that, like, explaining it that way, it makes literally no sense. So that was the funniest part, but as a whole, not one of my favorite segments. Thought some of it was kind of awkward and meandering and pointless and not funny. The best part is just building up of Anzu eventually, hopefully, getting out of the homeless life. And then the better part of the episode, surprise, surprise, belongs to Hitomi, because her stuff is generally my favorite. I've been wondering, like, can they keep up the comedy of her being this middle school bartender? But they actually take it in a different direction in this week. They add more to it, where we get some of the other students involved, which is good, because I've wanted that as well, to see specifically Hina's school life. But we don't get that yet. We do get some of the other students, though, which is good, bringing them in. I like that. Them seeing Hitomi and the teacher both going into the bar, and they immediately assume they're having a sexual relationship, and we just keep seeing this image in their head of him with this 12-year-old girl, and it's like, oh, we've gone here now. Oh no, this is just gonna get so much worse. They're gonna ruin this man's life, and I don't even know where the hell this is gonna go. But yeah, it's pretty funny, her trying to maintain a poker face, which she does not have at all. She is just extremely suspicious, can't hide it whatsoever, but of course they don't know what it is she's hiding. Meanwhile, Sayo is just kind of like not taking it seriously at all, because she is trying to defend her friend and believes in her friend and is not focused. She's just focusing on, like, her cuteness and stuff like that, and isn't taking it seriously. Meanwhile, the boys are like, we have to defend her reputation and her honor, and if we barge in there and we see a little bit, well, that's fine too. And they're just taking it real seriously, and I actually expected, as is the case usually, like, more over-the-top comedic stuff. I expected a lot more misunderstandings. Like, when she went into the room with the guy, I expected them to hear something through the door that sounded sexual, but actually wasn't. But no, we don't have that at all. They just immediately go in and bump into her carrying papers. The funny part, the misunderstanding, comes later when she's like, what? Well, some people can appreciate it. I was just like, wow. When they think she's talking about pedophilia. I mean, yeah, I guess some can. But the reaction of him, like, crying and running away screaming was appropriate. I liked that. And I think she's just prostituting herself in general, and Nita goes in there and shit can just, it has a possibility to get worse and worse, and I didn't know if it would be resolved in this episode or if it would run throughout the show and get worse and worse, what they think that she's doing, and they just keep thinking she's doing things that are worse. But no, it's resolved by the end of this episode. They find out what she's doing, and her face was great, and the sound she was making was great. It was like this Junji Ito horror face and this gross sound that she was making in shock. I was like, oh, that's freaky. Stop it. But Sayo just wanted to make sure she was okay. She's a good friend. But also to get a confession out of her, for her to confirm that she is in fact Hitomi. As if she needed to confirm it. But the teacher still doesn't know, because he's a fucking idiot. They all know, and then he's just like, oh, she looks like Hitomi, doesn't she? Whatever. But yeah, I like the second half of the episode. I didn't expect it to go in that direction, and didn't expect some of the younger kids to get involved, some of the other students. I'm glad that we had that. The first half I wasn't as into, but I am overall fascinated by Hina being a side character, because in the second half they bring her in for literally no reason. They don't even like tell her what's going on, and she's just constantly asking, what are we doing? Like, she's just standing there in the background. She'll just be, like, off to the side, barely in frame, as if the series itself is making a joke. Like, hey, look, Hina's just kind of here. She's just a side person right now. It doesn't matter. So, yeah, that was funny. I'm interested in that, and also in the fact that the psychic powers are not relevant. But also I'm curious to see where we go from here, how long that continues to be the case, how much we switch it up, if we get some that focuses on Hina and the psychic powers. But yeah, that's about all I have for now. Let me know what you think of the episode, and we can discuss it more in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, leave a thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more like it, and share the video with other people, and check out my Patreon for early videos and all that great stuff, and I appreciate it so much. Thank you, and I'll see you guys in the next one.